I am honored to introduce the Governor General of Canada,
the Right Honourable Mary May Simon.
That was the scene in Kuujjuaq earlier today, the hometown of Governor General Mary Simon. Crowds gathered to watch one of their own assume the role of Canada's head of state. Many in her community saw today's events as a proud moment for Indigenous people in Canada. Shaina Novalinga is an Inuit throat singer, activist, and social media influencer. She uses her platform to advance Inuit culture and Indigenous rights. She's in Montreal. Shaina, you learned to speak Inuktitut with your mother's help, and today Canada's head of state spoke in Inuktitut inside the Senate chambers. What went through your mind as you listened to her?
I think it's so important to have representation and to have someone like Mary Simon. Like she mentioned, she is the connection between Inuit and non-Indigenous peoples, and she understands both worlds, and we need more people like her. So to have someone be our voice was definitely comforting for me.
The Governor General today spoke about how reconciliation is a way of life for all Canadians, and it requires work on a daily basis. You reach a huge young audience with your videos. I believe it's 2 million on TikTok and close to 1 million on Instagram. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But what are you seeing and hearing from your followers about today, if you are hearing anything, and about the push for reconciliation?
I think the first step forward is to listen to Indigenous voices and to amplify our voices. And I think being able to have that platform to educate people around the world is a good way to understand each other and to open up to our differences and to move forward. So I'm very grateful to be able to have that platform and to have these people around the world finally listen and appreciate my culture.
This country, it continues to struggle with the discovery of remains and unmarked graves at former residential schools, and the feelings of anger and just grief and mistrust that it has revived. Do you see from your perspective that Mary Simon can help in any way in terms of starting a conversation that might lead to some healing in this country?
Yes, of course. There's so much that needs to be done in our country. A lot of people romanticize and fantasize Canada and think it's such a beautiful country, and they don't realize there are secrets here. And I definitely think Mary Simon will change that and will finally speak up about the issues going on today that we face today still, the clean drinking water, mental health services, education system, the trauma, that still keeps passing it down to younger generations. So I definitely think Mary Simon will be a great role. We were really grateful to see her be in that role. So yeah, I definitely think it's a good step forward.
I know that Mary Simon is just one individual, and it's going to take more than one individual to really start this, or to move this conversation forward in a meaningful way. But do you see her appointment as a way that it might start to perhaps lay the foundation to start rebuilding trust with Canada's institutions, with someone like her in this role?
Yes, of course. Like I mentioned before, she understands both worlds. She will be the connection, the bridge to change things and to have that communication that we've always wanted. So, yes.
If you were to sit down and have a conversation with her to talk about her new role, is there anything you would want to see from her for her to prioritize that you think that would help advance that conversation?
I definitely think she knows what she's doing. I would just tell her that I'm proud of her and that we're so grateful to have someone like her represent us. So I know she's the perfect role for that.
Do you see her as, we've sort of talked about this, but do you see her as an inspiration to young women in this country?
Yes, of course. Of course, I see her as she's very inspiring. A lot of us look up to her, and it's very powerful to have her and a woman represent us and have her as a voice. So yes, it's very inspiring.
Shaina Novalinga, thank you so much for your time today. I'm so glad we could connect with you.
Thank you so much.
Shaina is in Montreal.
Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video.